1, 2, 3. My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna? But can't stand to see me walk out the door.
All right, Buckast, what's going on? I'm here with my father. You're my father, right?
Eddie Buck here.
Eddie Buck here. Do the, yeah, so thanks for joining me. You're my third guest. Hopefully I get some more. Maybe I'll get Mom on here. I don't know. You think she'll like that?
You can't afford that one.
No? Why?
No.
She comes at a cost?
Yes.
Well, I don't have to pay you, do I?
Yes.
I do. Well, I am buying you a beer, so I guess that's...
Thank you.
Too. So, what's the most challenging part about being a parent? Like raising me and Brooke, my sister, for those of you who don't know.
Most challenging part of being a parent is going on to podcasts with your son.
That's the worst part.
Yeah, I've been nervous. I've been very nervous about this. Yep. Should have drank the beer before we did the podcast. That would have been great.
Have some in my fridge if you want. Coors Light.
We need to pause this. No. Most challenging part of being a parent, honestly, you know, when you were first born, and the nervousness of and the shock of having, all of a sudden I have this life that I'm responsible for. Right. I need to provide. I need, all of a sudden I'm an adult. I need to provide. And I think I was, 28 years old when you were born, and I'm going, oh man, shock.
Just scared.
Shock and awe are there. I mean, I was scared. I was so happy. I couldn't believe it. I mean, you're just a fantastic miracle that came into my life.
Yeah. I had a cone out too when they didn't put a cone on me because I didn't come out. Right?
Funny story.
I probably still have it right here.
Funny story.
Yeah.
It was an amazing event that happened going through that, my first time, of course. And what I thought was unique was throughout all the doctor visits that you go through with, that the mom goes through with the baby and through the pregnancy and all this stuff to check on all that stuff. That doctor is the specialist. That's the one that you do you basically recruit them, or you find the doctor you want, you're most comfortable with.
Right.
And then when the baby, you are ready to come into this world, and mom goes into labor, and you go to the hospital, you go to the emergency room and say, I'm ready to have the baby. It's coming out. And then they go, let's call the doctor that's on call.
Oh, he wasn't there?
Not the doctor we had.
Man.
So, Dr. Jackalope shows up. And I don't know this guy from Adam. I don't know who he is.
With his pajamas on and everything?
Yeah, he had pajamas on. He was a nice guy and, smelled of liquor and stuff. But he did a great job. Yeah.
That's good. Did you get anxiety about, like, the financial situation?
Yes.
Or was it just like, am I going to be a good dad? Or
yes.
Am I going to, what if he does this and that? All the above?
All of the above.
Yeah.
It is a traumatic experience in your life, and it's all of a sudden life gets real.
Yeah.
Up until that point, you're carefree. You got to go out there, get a career, get a life, pay the bills. Go to Friday Fish Fries, have a great time, and all of a sudden now you got this life coming in the world that you got to provide for and protect and take care of.
You can still do that though, fish fries.
Oh, I love fish fries.
What about my sister Brooke? When she was born versus when I was born, was there similarities that you saw of like, all right, now it's my second child, I can do this better, or being that, girl versus boy, I'm sure it's like the same, but not really.
I never thought about it. Goy or bro.
Goral.
A girl or a boy. Never really thought about that. I appreciated whatever I had. I think I've been blessed having a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. Having two boys would have been great. Having two girls would have been great. Having a boy and a girl is awesome.
Yeah. I think 3 girls would be a lot.
Let's not think of that.
Yeah. Well, it's too late now. So. Mom said she don't want to have anyone. But what about when Grandma and Grandpa raised you versus you raising a child, or me and my sister Brooke? Was there something you took from Grandma and Grandpa that you want to do better, or you took some from them that you liked how they raised you, or?
Yeah, I think that's one thing you remember in your childhood, what your mom and dad did with you and how they did things, and you want to do that plus do better. I think my mom and dad are very grateful that I made it through high school without being arrested.
Yeah. Same here, yeah.
Los. Without smashing all the cars, without, I made it through safe.
Mm-hmm.
Had a few bumps and bruises on the way, but I made it through. And that's, for the most part, I had fun, got it through high school, kind of had a plan, and executed.
The plan was the Marines, right?
Yeah, my plan was to, number one, I was born and raised in a small town, not much going on there financially or any type of future, as far as a career, and it's a great town.
Yeah,
don't
just
get me
like
wrong.
Janesville, yeah, I feel like.
A lot smaller.
Was it smaller?
A lot smaller, but there's a lot more to do, I would say, as
Like
far as
country-wise,
things
yeah.
that we like to do,
Oh, yeah.
go four-wheeling,
Yep.
boating, So yeah, things to do, and so growing up there, I lost my train of thought. What was it?
Growing up, like, something to do in your hometown, like you like living there, but you couldn't.
Yeah.
You wanted to.
So my plan was, sorry folks, Santa Claus is coming. So
Say Nick.
So, yeah, doing them things growing up, and I had to get out of town because I had to find some type of way of making money that was going to be sufficient, and that's part of being an adult and growing up. I needed to do that. So I joined the Marine Corps. I wanted to the recruiter, he did not lie to me. It was one of them rare occasions that the recruiter did not lie.
Yeah.
He asked if I liked to jump out of helicopters and airplanes, eat bugs, and sleep under the stars. Check.
Yeah.
I love camping.
Yeah, no, so do I. I don't know if I could do all those besides jump out of a plane. I don't think I'd ever. Because when I saw you and Alan jump out of the plane that one time, like, it was like.
Oh, I forgot all about
Remember that?
Yes, I
That was
remember.
a thing, though, wasn't it?
Yes, that was
You guys
Fort
were
Atkinson. That was Fort
psycho.
Atkinson.
I remember. I don't know if I saw you guys before, but I remember Alan was like, he's all like, I don't know if he was on caffeine that day, but he was definitely ready to go.
He doesn't need to be on caffeine.
That's true, yeah. It was you. But my friend Matt said that. Okay, so you were in the Marines in the 80s, from like 82 to, you remember?
86 to 90.
86 to 90.
Yep.
And he was in the Marines, I think, from 2014 to 2018. So he said that basically it's like really serious, but like everybody's just trying not to crack up. Was that how it was in the 80s? Like boot camp and like just listen to drill instructors and all that?
Oh, let's talk about just boot camp itself. I mean, that's a traumatic experience. It's not a pleasant experience. You're not supposed to enjoy it. You're not supposed to say, hey, I had a great time.
Yeah.
You're supposed to come out of boot camp a different person. They're going to break you emotionally. The physical part, that's going to happen. They're going to make you strong.
Yeah.
You're going to get strong. You're going to get great endurance. That's easy. The emotional is where they get you.
Yeah.
You can be the strongest emotional person. They're going to get you. They got 3 months to break you.
Yeah.
And sometimes it happens on day 1. Sometimes it happens on day 90.
Yeah. How many people in your boot camp just like quit? Was there a lot?
Lots.
Really?
Yeah.
They get made fun of for it, like on the way out, or?
Don't get the chance.
Really?
As soon as they quit, or they get injured, or they do something that is traumatic enough for them to be taken out.
Yeah.
They're gone. You don't see them again.
You think they faked injuries at some point?
Yes, a lot
Really?
of them. We had a lot of guys fake back injuries, knee injuries.
Jeez.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dang. What made you want to like push through it? Just like that's how you are?
Because I noticed that if you faked an injury or you had an injury, it takes longer for you to get out. So the quickest way out is the way forward.
Just do it.
Just get her done.
Yeah. What was the hardest part, you think, about the psychological, that I'm just like constantly yelling at you and treating you like dirt?
What was the most traumatic part?
No, like what the hardest part of like
Hardest part.
through boot camp? The yelling, the not caring about you?
Well, I think the loneliness. I think, because when you're going through a traumatic experience like that, when people are yelling, screaming, hollering at you and belittling you on a daily basis, which it's not as bad as you think.
Yeah.
But it adds up. But when you're going through that, you have to get that emotional protection going.
Yeah.
So you internalize everything, and you're basically inside your shell. and you're thinking about home.
Yeah.
Home is your safe place.
That's probably why a lot of people, guys and girls in the military, they get so close because they have nobody to talk to. They're away from, I mean, just boot camp, but like they're away from their family.
Yeah.
You know, girlfriends, boyfriends, and they're just like.
People in the military, it's definitely, and it doesn't matter the service.
Yeah.
They have camaraderie. They have something that they've gone through that's traumatic, that they all have done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody makes fun of, you know, the Marines say, "Oh, we're tough," you know, and Air Force, Navy, and all that stuff are not. But they all have gone through a traumatic experience. They've all tried to learn and be experts in their field.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal. We want to have the best military out there.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. We have that camaraderie, and we always razz each other.
Yeah.
That's good, healthy.
But
healthy stuff.
you're tougher than Sean and David, right?
Oh yeah, by far. If they're watching right now, yes.
We should send it to them. They're both in the Army, yeah, right?
Yeah, we have the luxury of having 2 family members that are actively serving in the Army, United States Army right now.
Yeah.
And one is airborne. Airborne.
How do you think I would have done in boot camp?
How would you have done in boot camp? Which one?
Oh, I don't know.
If you...
Well, you said Air Force would be a good fit for me, right?
I think so.
Do they allow you not to shave? Because I
No.
can grow. Okay. I can feel too hairy for any. That's when people ask me like, well, how come you never joined the military? And I'll look them dead in the face. I'll be like, I'm too hairy. And then they'll like look at me like, I'm joking. Like it's.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. Do you think I would be able to do it though?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And that's it, if you want it to.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the thing. It's not a matter of, hey, I know I can handle that. No, it's a matter of you want to handle that.
Yeah.
You want to get through that, and it's a need. It's something that you need or want to achieve.
Yeah.
If you don't have that fire, you're not going to do it.
Kind of like the guys you're telling me about that that you know, they go through the training of like, you know, like I follow this guy Jocko Willink, and he talks about his Navy SEAL days and the training.
What's his name?
Jocko Willink.
Jocko Willink.
Yeah, he's this big guy. He's like a black belt in jiu-jitsu and former Navy. He's a
Navy SEAL.
Yeah, former Navy SEAL. Sorry.
Former.
Yeah, you don't know him.
Yeah,
but,
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
but
know.
I sent you
Sorry.
videos. Remember?
Oh, the motivational speaker
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's a tough guy.
But he talks about like when he went through like the training and like if you want it bad enough, you'll go through it. But like you know, like putting the soldiers in like boxes that you can't sit down, but you can't stand up. Like,
SEER training.
Yeah,
SEER training.
That's
yeah.
what it is.
So SEER training: search, evasion, recovery, and extraction. I believe.
Something like that.
And it's one of them. What you're talking about is the box that they put you in. It's big enough. It's not big enough for you to stand in. It's not
Wide enough for you.
Wide enough for you to kneel down or stand up or basically you're crouching.
Yeah.
And you're in there for 3 days. 3 days, I believe.
You get fed dog food
and I'm not sure about the dog food thing. You know, some dog food's pretty good.
I tried dog
Taffy
food.
eats pretty good.
I tried dog food when I was in middle school.
Did you?
Yeah, dried dog food.
You and Mason Blazer?
Yeah, you remember that? Did I tell you that? Yeah. It didn't taste too good, but like it's better than Taco Bell, I'd say that.
It keeps your teeth clean.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the box you're talking about. While you're in this box, they play the most annoying music ever, loudest possible.
Yeah.
And it drives you nuts. And what the people I've talked to that have gone through that, they talk about how the music annoys them the worst. This box that they're all crouched over, can't sleep, can't stand up, can't kneel down, can't sit, doesn't bother them half as much as this annoying music that they played.
What do you, was that coming out of the Marines, was it a regret you had? Like as far as you should have stayed in it, or?
Oh, as far as...
Because you got out when you were 22, right?
21.
21, okay.
Yeah, I got out when I was 21, and
you're...
almost 22.
You're 77 now, right?
Yeah, I just turned 79.
Grandpa's turning 81 and you're 79. That makes sense. No, did you have any regrets about the military?
You're
or
paying me more now.
I know. That money's not for you, though.
There's no money there. No money here.
No, not at all.
So
Regrets about
regrets about getting out of the military?
Regrets about them. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I should have stayed in. Should have done something, reserves, and then went back active or something. It would have been great because I find I'm a very strong patriot. I do love my country, and I do want to serve my country. And I don't think I sufficiently did that actively.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Active duty.
And then, sorry, go ahead.
And I think I should have done that. I should have stuck it out, and got a retirement out of that.
Yeah, I think you're doing well now, though. I think I mean, you can't like look back and be like, oh, I would have done that because you did it. It's whether it happens for a reason or not. It's what happened, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I have my regrets too, but like going through your 20s and then 30s, 40s, was there a best time, like a chunk in your life where like I wish I could just stay in those 5-10 years for the rest of my life? Probably before me and Brooke were born, right? You could say that. I don't care. I don't want kids, you know.
No, I thoroughly enjoy. You know that it's funny, it's corny, but what makes me happy is when you and Brooke are the happiest.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I mean that's in my parents have said that stuff, and I go, that's corny.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just because I'm happy, it makes you happy. That's silly. But
yeah.
No, it makes sense.
Because you feel like you did something right. Like that's my genetics.
Well, it's a matter of, I just I love the happiness.
Yeah.
That I don't know. It's not that I have anything to do with it. I just enjoy that, seeing the happiness.
Yeah.
And we do family events and stuff like that, and that makes me happy. But seeing your kids achieve happiness or achieve milestones in their life, you kind of
perk up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you and Mom done so good about like sacrificing, like you working, just finding any job you need to have. Mom holding down at home, making sure everything's right, and with our hyper dog and Taffy and Allie. But so you met Mom at Swing and Slide, and
yes.
From what she tells me, because I've had this conversation about this with her before. You guys were had a friend group, and you guys were really good friends, and then you just started hanging out, just you two, and then the rest is history, right? Is that correct?
That's very, 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 very accurate.
Yeah.
It was a great place to work. All of us were about the same age, which helped.
Yeah, definitely.
So when you go to work, you get people of your same background, and basically we just had a great time. I mean, when it came down to doing projects for the company, we all went and did it, had a blast. I mean, how terrible of a job can you have when you have to design swing sets and playgrounds and then play on them?
Did you do that?
Yes.
You just build them and then go to the monkey
Yes.
bar?
We designed them, tested them out, and then we go to places all around the different parts of the country, build them, let kids play on them, see how they liked them.
Yeah. I feel like adults are just kids that grew old. Because, when we... what did I do recently? That was it. Oh, we went tubing recently. And, anybody can do that, but, I felt like a kid. I just was, just being thrown around,
A strong kid that can hold on to a tube that's going 30 mile an hour. And
I got sunburned, though, so I don't know if there's a wind there, but...
He's talking about going on the boat and going tubing. We towed the inner tube behind the boat.
Yeah.
And one of the favorite things I like to do when I'm driving is to slingshot him around the boat. And you're doing about 60 mile an hour in the nice flat water out there, and
it is fast.
It's hard to hold on.
The funniest part is when you're right behind the boat and the water splashes in you. I couldn't see, so I kept laughing because I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. This is how it's gonna be.
I never realized how bad that was until you drove, and I was back there.
My plan was I'm gonna throw him off to see how it feels, and I see you and Zach go flying, and then was it Jacob? Was that Brooke's friend?
Yeah.
He went flying too, and I was like, I got you. The student taught the teacher today.
Yeah, he did.
But yeah. So you and Mom met it through Swing and Slide, and then you just started hanging out by yourself, you and her, and...
No, we were a big group of people. We'd hung around, and then, of course, Mom's kind of cute. and caught my eye.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so I mean, I was grateful that she would hang around. Short, stocky little redhead.
Short, stocky. You weren't stocky back then, though.
Oh, stocky.
Yeah, that was hilarious. But yeah, and then going in your 30s and 40s, is there anything that stands out from that? Excluding me and Brooke, because you're
30s. I spent a lot of time learning how to be an electrician.
Yeah,
and it was a growing time in my life. I mean, you know, I knew there was a lot out there as being an electrician. There's a lot to learn. I'm still learning.
Yeah,
and I don't get to work with my hands as much anymore. But there's so much more of the electrical trade that I'm learning every day.
Yeah,
I don't stop learning.
Right.
So, with that being said, yeah, there's a lot that I learned on just the very basics. And I'm still learning on the electrical trade. So, I mean, in the 30s, I spent a lot of time learning, on-the-job training, classes, whatever, whatever I could do to learn. Taught myself quite a bit of stuff, but I had some good mentors, a lot of good people that would show me the correct way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No ego helps with that, too. Like, you're just like a sponge at that point. You're just like,
Oh, no,